In this episode of Other People's Airplanes, we talk map overlays. Welcome to Other People's Airplanes, the show where we bring you into the cockpit and along for the ride whenever we do awesome aviation-related stuff. I'm your host, David Allen, and today we've made it over to the ForeFlight booth, where they've got some pretty neat new features to debut very soon in their software. We're going to show them to you right now. So now I'm joined by Eric Hake, and he was the first employee of ForeFlight, but his title is kind of awesome. It's ForeFlight Evangelist. Thanks for joining us here on Other People's Airplanes.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
So one of the things, we're going to talk about some of the new features that are coming out in a version of ForeFlight that should be released the week after Oshkosh. So you're actually seeing some features here that haven't even been released yet, and they're coming. It's in the can, in the iTunes store, ready to be switched on. One of the requests you guys get all the time is to go split screen on your apps,
right.
and you guys kind of have a different feeling about that.
Right, with the iPad mini coming smaller screen and then splitting that screen even smaller, it has looked to us like that's probably not the best way to go. So we want to take advantage of the nice big iPad screen, and instead of splitting it, why not take the plate that you want to view on the right and overlay it on the map so you can maximize that full beautiful screen of the iPad. So that's what we're doing in the 5.3.
Let's see that.
Okay, so what we do now, let's say we have a route, as I have on the display here already. I can go to the procedures in the edit view and then tap on our new feature called Show Plate. It shows the airports that are available. KLBX is the one I'm going to here. And I'll just pick the GPS 17 approach. And as you can see, it overlays the plate now in 5.3 right on top of the map, the chart. I can change the base map to either a sectional chart or an IFR low. Whichever base map you have, the approach plate will be overlaid on top. One great thing about this is that not only can you view the route that you're going to fly, but all the other things that the map view offers, such as your radar, your traffic, your terrain, your obstacles, all of those can be overlaid on top of an approach as well.
So you're actually going to see weather on the approach plate.
That's right. If you have weather near your airport, which is causing IFR conditions, you'll be able to actually see it now as you're flying, coming down your final approach fix inbound. You'll see the weather right there.
Now, I also saw when you were demoing this that you could actually make this opaque, so you can actually see through it and see the chart below.
Yeah, let me show you that. Up here in the gear icon where we do most other adjustments to the map layer, I'll tap on the gear icon, and down here it says plate overlay opacity. So if you watch the plate overlay, I can make it as transparent as possible to where I can just see the route. Or what I like to do, I like to keep the plate layer a little bit on the opaque side, but when I pop out of the clouds inbound and I see the lake there, I can now see the lake through to the base map from the approach. Whereas when you had it in the plates view as a separate screen, it was just a piece of paper. You had nothing underneath it to see. So this has made it really nice. I've been flying with this for a while, testing it, and I'm in love with this. This is a great new feature.
I think it looks great. You know, you guys are always on the cutting edge, and you're always looking for new features, and you're listening to feedback from the users. And that you heard that they wanted split screen, but wasn't that they wanted split screens, that they wanted to have approach plates and charts on the same screen at the same time, and you've given them that.
That's exactly right. And the ability to maximize, I can zoom all the way in now, and if I'm in track up mode, as I'm making my turns on my approach, the plate will rotate now as well. So it's really a beautiful thing, and that's in version 5.3. One other new feature we have in 5.3, I don't know if you can see it here, but we're now allowing up to 8 different instruments across the bottom, and they're kind of transparent as well. And when you go into the portrait mode, it has 6 different instruments. So you can pick now more than just the ground speed and accuracy in your track. You just tap on one of the instruments and you get the typical select instrument menu, but now you can pick up to 8 in landscape, up to 6 in portrait.
I love the new features that are coming out in this new version of ForeFlight, so thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us here on Other People's Airplanes, and we can't wait to see what you come up with next.
Excellent. Well, we look forward to doing more in the future.
Now you guys know I'm a sucker for technology in the cockpit, and I think that ForeFlight on the iPad is just a neat little tool. It really helps build situational awareness in the cockpit, especially with the moving maps and the live overlays. And when you pair it with something like a Stratus, you get live weather and traffic inbound. It's just a really neat setup. Just an extra tool for use in flight during your flights while you're in the cockpit. So neat stuff there. Check everything out that they've got to offer at ForeFlight.com, and check out our website at otherpeoplesairplanes.com. We've got lots of AirVenture coverage this year. We hope you're enjoying all of it. You guys know that I'm a sucker for technology, and in the cockpit, just taking those two and marrying them together, it just makes me feel good to my stomach, and I want to eat it. And I love the technology that's coming out with the iPad and in cockpit electronic flight bags.